Hello and welcome to Tasty Tips with Jennifer Pampered Chef Show. I know that some people probably can't get on right now, but I'm going to show some different products along with making a recipe. So what we're going to make this evening is our 30-minute chicken. So it's an actual full chicken, a whole chicken. And we're actually going to cook it in the microwave, believe it or not. So it's a 30-minute whole chicken in the microwave. So this is what we're gonna do. So this is our 1 cup prep bowl. And when you order them, they come in a box of 6 with lids, so they're for storage. You can also make cupcakes in these, bigger cupcakes, obviously. If you just want to make a single one in the oven. So right now we're going to mix the rub that's going to go on our chicken. I've already cleaned the chicken. I didn't figure that y'all wanted to see that process. So I took all the insides out and rinsed it. So the first thing that we're going to do, it actually calls for 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. I'm going to use a flour that I use for my low-carb diet instead of the regular flour, because that's not good for me. Then we're gonna use 1 teaspoon of paprika, and this teaspoon and tablespoon that I've been using in all the different shows that I have, they're called adjustable teaspoon and adjustable tablespoon. So they actually go up and down. So you can use this for the tablespoon. You can use for 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons, 2.5 teaspoons, and 1 tablespoon, because 3 teaspoons makes a tablespoon. Or, and they come in a package together. The teaspoon actually is 1/8 of a teaspoon all the way up to 1 teaspoon. So you have 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and then 1 teaspoon. So we have our tablespoon of flour, a teaspoon of paprika. We're going to have a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So let's get that. We're gonna put our measuring spoon up to the 1/2 mark. And I'll put all these tops back on when we're done. Then we're going to have a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. And I will post this recipe in the show, as well as on my page. Now we're gonna have a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper. There we go. That one's an easy one. I'll go ahead and put that one back on. And then we're gonna have a 1/4 teaspoon of organic thyme. So now that's in there. And lastly, we're going to put 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Now I keep olive oil by my stove because I cook with it all the time, so I have it in this just to make me feel a little fancy, but it's not Pampered Chef. I bought this at World Market, I think with my grandmother years ago. Those are fun memories because she loved her World Market. So what I did forget is my little mini whisk. So we're gonna whisk all this up together in our 1 cup measure bowl here. And like I said, I've already washed the chicken, so it's sitting over here ready to go. So it says to tie the feet together with cotton string. I don't have any cotton string, so I didn't tie it together. And I also wanted to show you, so this is what I use to cut extra like little tags of skin and feathers off. These are our kitchen scissors, and I think they're large shears is what they're called, if I remember correctly. But anyway, these will cut through bone. They are awesome. They have a spring on them. You can lock them so that people, don't accidentally cut their finger on them while they're in the drawer. And then they have a sleeve that they fit in as well, that it fits in as well. Pretty awesome. And it has a bottle opener on it. So very handy to have around. So anyway, I'm gonna rub the chicken with this. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm gonna brush it on. That way I don't get my hands all dirty. So this is our silicone brush that we use to rub things on onto different meats, and I use it also to, when I'm baking, I use it to rub the like baking tins and stuff like that down with olive oil. My stones, I also use it for that. So this is gonna be really awesome. This smells so delicious. So here we are. And I am gonna turn this chicken over so that we can get the other side also. I'm gonna have to wash my hands anyway. So let's do this. We're gonna pour the rest of this on here. And brush it on this side. It smells so good. And again, this is our silicone basting brush. Let me see if I can get a little bit more out of here for these edges. All right. So we now have all of our everything on our chicken. Let me wash my hands because I need to oil our deep dish baker with some olive oil so that we can put this in the oven. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So, oh, look at what I did. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. I'll just wash this. I'll wash the handle. So I'm gonna pour just about a tablespoon in there, and I'm gonna grab my handy dandy. Now this is where the chicken's going, so I'm not worried about cross-contamination in this. So I'm just putting some olive oil on the sides and in the bottom so that there's no sticking. This is our deep dish baker. It is a stone. So just in case you did not know, our stones can go in the microwave, in the oven. They cannot go on the stovetop. They will crack if you put them on the stovetop because that is direct heat. So you don't want to do that. But we're going to actually make this chicken in the microwave. So now that's done, we have coated our deep dish baker. So I'm going to show you the deep dish baker. This is the deep dish baker. Again, it's a stone, so you can put it in the microwave or in the oven, not on the stovetop. You don't want to do that. Okay, so now that we have all of our seasoning, I'm gonna actually pour this in there because it really took some of it off. Okay, And this glass bowl also is something that I use all the time. It comes in a set of 3. So the one that I was using was the largest one, and then it has 2 smaller ones, and I'll show that to you in just a minute. But now we're going to put this in the microwave. We're not going to cover it. It actually does have a lid. But we're going to cover this. We're going to leave this not covered or uncovered. Here is the lid, but we're not going to cover it right now. We're going to put this in the microwave for 30 minutes. So let me start this. Whoops. Okay, so we're gonna put that in the oven for 30 minutes uncovered, and then we're gonna check the temperature, make sure the temperature is 165 degrees inside, and then once we know that that's the temperature, we're gonna cover it with the lid for 10 minutes and let it rest, and then it will be time to eat. The last thing I was gonna show you is those 2 other bowls, and then we'll be done. So they all fit inside each other too, by the way. These are the 2 smaller ones. I use this almost every night to make whipped cream. And so these are the 2 smaller ones. Can you see the difference in the size? And they just fit right inside one another. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Talk to y'all soon.